morning, everybody. Playing my gospel music as I'm on my way to work. Actually, I'm pulled over. uh, it's Tuesday. The song is called Survivor. Listening to it on KTIS radio in Minneapolis. Zach Williams wrote the song. Anyway, when I got up this morning and called myself getting out for work and everything, had to pick up my granddaughter, take her to school. It was so cold. And I know last week I did the piece on the program about the severe weather that the National Weather Service said was coming in. Well, it didn't really show up in the way that they said it would show up for here. Of course, they said like for 10 states. But Minnesota's used to getting ridiculously, stupidly cold weather and snow. So we did get snow, but it was nothing out of the ordinary. I think the worst snow that I've experienced here was the Halloween blizzard in 91 when we got about 24 inches of snow in a day. I remember that was quite memorable. It was the day I was on the way to the hospital. Of course it was. Something like that had to happen. But we just got, dusting, a few inches of snow, which is normal. They've got us parking on one side of the road on the non-snow emergency routes from now until April because we've had so much flipping snow that everything hasn't been able to get cleared. On the snow emergency routes, we can park on either side of the street, but people are getting super aggressive because everybody wants a parking spot and spaces are limited, so if you don't have a house or condo or apartment or some structure that offers you free parking off street, and if you don't have a garage, you're kind of stuck. You better find somewhere to stay there. So people have been super aggressive with the parking. People have been super aggressive with the driving, almost running into me and hitting me on last Friday. And, so I'm extra aware and watching out everywhere. I had received that email yesterday about conserving energy so that everyone can have energy. Well, I'm usually pretty good at that anyway. And, not like I broadcast to the whole world, but I do have my backup energy supply and solar panels and all that. So, but it's interesting that I received that in the mail, and that's why I was asking if other people had received a similar thing. Like I said, we didn't get a lot of snow for us here. I mean, yeah, the snow is almost as high as the car on the side of the road because when they plow it, it has to go somewhere. And even though we have more than 10,000 lakes here, there just ain't nowhere to put the snow when you're in the city. So, but I'm sure the snowplow guys are making tons of money this season. But what has been a factor across Minnesota, and especially in the Twin Cities area, is the cold. Frigid cold temperatures. There have been days when I've turned on and done the video and I'm seeing that it's 1 below, it's 2 below, it's 4 below, it's 6 below. This morning it was 11 below. And when I tried to start the car was like, And it took quite a while to get it started. And then when I was able to get it started, the coldness had messed up the controls where I couldn't see on the panel, the temperature, the date, the time, any of that. Nothing was showing up. It was just a black panel, just like it had just been put in and wasn't even plugged in. So I had to warm up the car for a long time with the front and rear defrost on, and go outside and scrape the windows and check on the inside of the windows, because sometimes when it gets that cold outside, like today, there's actually some ice on the inside of the window. Gets that cold when you don't have a driveway, a garage, a little overhead covering. So you have more to deal with than just squirrels chewing the wires and birds flying by and pooing on the car. It gets frigidly cold, and but this is where I live. When it's warm, it's wonderful. When it's cold, it's wretched, and it's an unforgiving cold. Now, I know I've said that several times, but I think people can kind of understand what I'm saying now. When it's cold here, it is an unforgiving cold. That's why I say pray for the people that are homeless or living under bridges and in tents, because this weather is no joke, and there's not enough shelter for those that are homeless. I'm gonna head inside now and drink my coffee, which at least stays warm in this. Stays warm for up to 2 hours, so they say. I haven't tried it out for 2 hours, but I mean, for it to stay warm when it's so stupidly cold out here, that's a big deal. Turn my car off, and I'm gonna get locked up and go inside, and I'll talk to you again soon.